I'm Jory from Utah, and we're going to talk about how to repair and sand a kitchen cabinet. Most people, if they're talking about repairing and sanding a cabinet, what they're going to be looking at is a scratch or something that is on the cabinet, on the door, on the drawer that causes us a problem. It looks ugly, we don't like it, whatever it is. So in most cases, I would isolate that specific spot, meaning I would tape this off. I would mask it off, just regular masking tape. You can get it any store. Home Depot carries it, wherever you need it. Mask it off, sand that specific spot. You can sand it all the way down to the wood, and then it's finished that specific spot all over again. That way it will isolate this spot without making you have to sand the entire door and causing it a lot more problems. Sanding down a finish is not necessarily a quick process. It does take some time. So for our purposes, what I'm going to do is just explain sanding and just show sanding here on this piece here. I'm using just regular 180 grit sandpaper, which this is pushed through an air compressor. If you have an electrical sander, that works great. It's all the same. I would be careful not to use too high of a grit of sandpaper. If you use 100 grit sandpaper, you're going to end up with big swirls, and it doesn't leave a very fine finish. A 180, 220, somewhere in there. Typically is the best for a smooth finish that will allow your cabinets to be repaired the best. So. You can see how it starts to peel off the material, which it should, just a little bit, and sand it down and kind of flake off in real fine dust. It should be smooth by the time you're finished. If you feel an area next to it and it's still rough, this area over here is still very rough. This area down here is nice and smooth like it should be. That would be ready to be refinished or recoated or repaired. I'm Jory from Utah, and we've just talked about how to repair and sand a kitchen cabinet.